Hello there, I'm Ariana CP Hunter, your broken financial expert. Today we're going to be talking about housing, and there are many programs throughout the United States available for their citizens to be able to get assistance with their housing. People who are not able to pay the mortgage and people who are not able to pay their rent or utilities. I'm going to include links in below this video. I'm going to show you the local area. If you live in the San Antonio area, I'm going to show you for your area. But I'm also going to try to put links for a national one that will lead you to your local area. And that is because there's too many hackers and too many people who are trying to get your information and put in false accounts. And also, I'm going to take you right there. Let me go ahead and share my screen right away and show you. Let me bring that over. There we go. And what we're looking at is, this is the page for the city of San Antonio. Like I mentioned, I'm going to give you the link directly so you're not everywhere. And I'm also going to explain to you right here, according to what they request from you to have it ready to go. Now, if you're going to apply from your phone, your cell phone, that's fine. But you have to have everything ready. So according to this document, you're going to make pictures. You're going to take pictures, JPEG, just like regular picture, and put them all together back to back and try to do it at the same time. That way you organize and you'll be easier when the time to load them up because they're going to request them. Now, what they're asking you here is either your ID, your state ID, or your social security for all adults in the household. If you're a couple, then I would just do your significant other and yourself, and I would do the ID. I would not do the social security card. Now, you can also do the tax return, and that will satisfy the Article 4 here, the number 4. So it will make it easier. If you do the tax return, then you wouldn't have to show proof household size because that's already in there in your tax returns. The second one is going to be the proof of hardship. I'm going to include a letter. It's a very simple letter. In fact, I want to show you right now, right here, to whom it may concern. And if you're not working, for many people, they're not working, so you just I'm unemployed because of the coronavirus. I do not have any proof of income because I do not have a job. Now, if you do have a job and you have hours reduction, just change the wording for what you need. I do not receive an employer because a lot of people don't, but if you do, you include it. If you don't, you leave it as it is. I need help making my house payment and utilities, sincerely. And then now, and you just put your information from here and from, and then sincerely, you sign it with your name. It could be you type it in electronically. You just replace that information. I made it so you could edit it and just replace it with the words that you need. And also for the documents that you're going to need for them to know that you have included them and you're going to attach them and they're in order. I have put it in here. I included the ID, the hardship explanation, no proof of income because there's none, but if there is, go ahead and change that. The tax returns, and again, if you do a tax return for number 1, you wouldn't have to do number 4. It will be just it will satisfy the first requirement, and then the last one will be your lease or your mortgage or the letter they have included. Okay, if you want to show them more, you can show them more, and I'm going to continue showing you here what they want from you, but I will keep it simple and to the point because it is a lot of information they want, and so you want to make it easier for yourself and be quick on it, because if you take too long, then there will be no funds for you by the time that you decide to apply. So an employment letter, if you have that, that's pretty easy to get, because if you got one from work, if you don't have anything, then go ahead and use the letter I will enclose for your hardship, that it will be explaining your hardship. Now, if you're a student or whatever your situation, then you could custom make. But this is the starting point for you, so you have an idea where to start. Now, if you don't need it, it's not for you. Don't worry about it. But if you can use it and benefit, go ahead and please use it. Okay, so the proof of income is, like I mentioned, if there's nothing, like I mentioned above. But if you have them, then go ahead and put that. And proof of household, that is your tax returns. If you have any of those benefits, you will know them, and so go ahead and include that. But if people don't have them, so you only do your tax returns. And then the mortgage statement and lease agreement, if you have those, then you go ahead and include them, okay? And so let's go back here to the main page and go ahead and click. And they tell you have everything ready to go before you do. because that way you don't have to stop halfway. You pick the language you desire, and if you have any of these benefits, then you will know, just mark the ones you have. And in here, this is the most important part. It will ask you, they're asking you if you need the money for security deposit or application fee if you need to move, 1 month rent, outstanding rent, that is if you owe more than 2 months, 3 months, outstanding fees associated because you were late, and multiple. So you could either do outstanding rent, include your rent 2 months, 3 months, plus your late fees only 1. I would do it that way. Or you do the multiple. Okay, so let's click the multiple and see what it will give us. So, and I'm just looking at this with you guys, but I know that there were a lot of people asking me about it and having trouble applying, so that's why I'm making this video. Okay, so then it will give you an option. So it will tell you standing mortgage or standing payments. Now it's the same. It's for a mortgage, for rent, it will be the same. In the standing fee. Oh, okay, no, I take that back. The rental part is in the first portion. The mortgage is the second portion. So going back to what I just mentioned, I would do it here. I'll use that option, outstanding rent, because you add the 2 months rent or 3 months rent plus all the fees that they are charging you included there already and be done. Then for utilities, this is the local. This is the electrical. This is the water. And this is both. So let's click on both and see what it gives us. What do you need? So it will tell you this is if you need the hookups for the new place you're moving. It will ask you if you need money for moving supplies, if you need money for storage. Okay, all that is included here. Mobile home park fees. But let me go back and click here. So let's say let's do only the light and see what it gives us. Oh, so this is 1. Oh, that's for relocation, I see. Okay, so let's move on. And let's say that you're going to not need any of these. Just your light and water or both. So we're gonna do both. And if you're gonna move, then it's asking you what you're gonna need. If they're gonna ask you to move in order to vacate, the rental increase if your rent went up, okay, or they're evicting you. And now let me move myself here, and so keep looking. They'll ask you for the house makeup. Okay, so if they're asking you if you're a single home, a single mother, a single father, a 2-parent household, a single person if you have by yourself, a two people household with no children, or other arrangements. So you will click whichever suits you. And how many people in the household? Now, for a lot of people, they rent a room in a household, and so just include yourself. Even if you're related, if you don't have nothing to do with your relatives other than living with them, but you are supporting yourself and you pay a rental for your room, then just include yourself. Make it as simple as possible. The more you put, the more complicated it gets, and the more it will be reason for them to come back and ask you for more information or deny you the information. So let's say I'm gonna pick here. Okay. So let's do parent household and the rental income. Here's if they're asking you if you have any of the above, if you have no income, if you have any of this type of income, then you will put it here. I will put no income. And let's say it's 3 children, 2 adults, let's say 5 people. And let's see what it gives us. Like again, I'm going along with this with you for the first time. I'm looking at it. So this is self-explanatory, okay? And when it's major, it will not let you move on to the next page. If it is not major information they don't need, it will let you move forward, okay? So what you ask you, what you need your assistant, this is the most important. Now, if you don't have this, has health insurance. If you have health insurance, no. Are you disabled? No. You're a veteran? No, unless you are. Your ethnicity, if you want to pick, or you're opting out. Same thing if you want to tell them, or you're opting out, your education level, whatever that might be, or you're opting out. And I would just, if you think that's gonna help you, then do it. It might. But if you're asking for speed, because you have to move quickly so you could get the hand on the money, I would just make it as quickly as possible. Your income, none. And this is where you, your Social Security, whatever you have, yes. No, in this case, no. Yeah, you do have a social, well, that's what they're requesting. What would that number be? I wonder if, let me go through it. Well, I obviously won't. It asks you to sign. And so it will ask you for your address. It will ask you for your landlord information. So you have to have that, or the name of the place, who you make your checks to monthly, or your mortgage. In this case, we're doing the rental, but if it was your mortgage, then your mortgage. The resident who lives with you, again, if you only include your immediate, the people you support, even if you live with other families, only the people you support. The supporting documents, like I mentioned, the ID, if you're going to show them your tax returns, if you're going to show them your bank statements. You're going to click and release to authorize it in the summary. Now, make sure that you make a copy of this submission so you have track of the date that you submitted, and gives you a clear idea. Unfortunately, I cannot go any further because I don't have anything else to put in here. But this puts you in your way to where you need to be in order to apply for benefits for rental. If you're behind your rent, or if you're behind your utilities or the mortgage, and most people are behind all of these, either rental or mortgage, but utilities for sure. Okay, I hope this has helped you. If you have any questions, or if you want me to cover something else, I'll be happy to do so. Just put it in the comments and I will make a video on that subject. I hope you'll be well and safe. Till next time.